welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today I've got another exciting episode for you, and today I've got some big announcements and reveals and some reviews that we're going to be deep diving into. Super Mario Bros. On 4K and Migration and Contagion on 4K. All of these exciting 4K releases. I'm going to share all my testing data and share my review scores to let you know the quality of these and if there's something you should add to your collection. Now, to start off with, I've got some big announcements and reveals here for you. Now, if you followed me here on my channel previously, I did an announcement and exclusive reveal video last year actually on September 6th, 2023 at Disney's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I actually did that announcement video with the help of Disney at the time, and I got some special announcements that I shared in that. Well, this is building upon that with the official release dates of some of the titles I announced in that previous video. So if you haven't checked that out, I do apologize for the audio issues in that. That was one of my first videos on location. Later on ones, I did iron that out, but using the camera and the equipment I had at that time, I wasn't aware of the sound effects around me causing such issues with the microphone at that time. But I will tell you that video is where this all began. So I'm absolutely thrilled to announce that releasing on April 30th of 2024, we're going to be getting ANDOR, the complete Season 1 on 4K Ultra HD in a collector's limited edition steelbook set. And that'll be 3 4K discs that are BD100s. So again, Disney not cutting corners with this release, just like what I've reviewed previously here on this channel that I'll get to here in a minute. But this one also is coming with 5 bonus features in the set, and the total runtime will be 546 minutes runtime for the series. Now I will tell you, these are only being released in limited edition collector steelbook sets. As I previously shared in my LOKI review and in my Mandalorian, those are available right now on this channel. They've only been released in limited edition collector steelbook sets. They're not released in any standard cases, so if you're waiting for those later on, they're only in limited edition steelbook sets. Now I will tell you those reviews are available right now on this channel, and I will tell you I did an exclusive 4K versus Disney Plus streaming service image comparisons on all of those previous seasons. It shows you the exact difference between the streaming services and what Disney Plus offers and what you get on the 4K Ultra HD discs. And let me tell you, they have been reference quality releases, image and sound. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to talk about the sound here, what's coming on these here in just a second as well. But the good news doesn't stop there. I've got more exciting announcements. As I announced last year was coming out this year, we're also getting Marvel's Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 1. This is coming in a 2-disc BD100 set on their 4K Collector's Limited Edition set. That's a steelbook set as well. Again, all of these are only limited edition collector steelbook sets, no standard cases. Now for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the total runtime is 304 minutes, and it will include an additional 5 bonus features in this set as well. Now this next announcement is something that did slightly surprise me simply because when I originally talked with them last year, it was something they were planning on doing later in the year. But as I've explained in my Disney Sony deal video, kind of things got shook up and changed up a bit here with that deal. If you haven't checked out that video yet, it's available right now on this channel. It's been huge, but it explains a lot more about what's going on. So this actually was supposed to come out later in the year, but they've actually pushed it ahead. So it is coming out on April 30th as well now, which I'm thrilled for because in my original announcement video, I did talk with Disney about this, and I requested this one personally. This is one that I asked them. I said, this is one I really want to see come out of the series on 4K Ultra HD. Thankfully, they listened, and they are officially coming out on April 30th with Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, the complete series, in a 2-disc BD100 4K Ultra HD limited edition steelbook set. And this one will have 4 bonus features in it included. Part 1 and Part 2 bonus features that were very unique are going to be included in the set as well. And the total runtime for this great series is 261 minutes. Now, the other big announcement to go along with this is Marvel's Moon Knight Season 1. This is also coming out limited edition, collector's edition steelbook set with a 2-disc BD100 4K disc. Total runtime on this set is 288 minutes with 5 bonus features included in this set. Now, to talk about the details of all of these sets. Now, ANDOR, I am thrilled for. It is a wonderful series. I will say that ANDOR and Obi-Wan Kenobi are my 2 most excited titles out of this. Now, I'm going to be getting all of these. I'm going to do the exclusive analysis and reviews here on this channel, just like I did previously with the Loki that I talked about and the Mandalorian Season 1 and 2. Mandalorian was one of those huge reviews that it was sent to me early. These I should be getting in early to test and review as well. But let me tell you, Disney Plus streaming service shows that they've been releasing in these 4K sets, they have been some reference quality 4K releases. They are must-buy releases. Well, I'm hoping Disney continues the quality of these releases. So far they have. Every one I've tested has been amazing. And it shows they are doing these on BD100s. They will be native 4K 2160p's, just like the previous Mandalorian and Loki. And they will all have HDR10 on them. Now, they are continuing the Dolby Atmos English audio mixes on them as well. So we are going to get English Dolby Atmos on them, and those have been amazingly immersive and enjoyable audio mixes. So I'm excited to see what they do with these 4 shows. As I explained that in an announcement video last year, and as I've explained over the last several months in my Disney videos, Disney is not done with physical media. There's so much misinformation. Obviously, as I've shared in all my exclusive announcements, they are not done. This is continuing what I said, their revival and resurgence, and bringing out more and more physical media titles for all of us collectors and fans. Here we're getting 4 massive TV series releases, continuing what they released at the end of last year that I reviewed. Now we're getting another 4 on April 30th, and let me tell you, I will be announcing more coming out here as the year goes on. This is not the end of the titles for the year. We have more coming up, and I know about some of them, but there is a bunch of huge ones coming out later this year that are very exciting releases just like these. I am thrilled because ANDOR is one of the greatest Star Wars TV series next to The Mandalorian, and Obi-Wan, I extremely enjoyed that as well. Now, I have not really gotten to watch too much of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, only a few episodes. I did enjoy those. And then Moon Knight, I have not checked out Moon Knight at all yet, but I will be getting all of those in, testing them and reviewing them for all of you. So it's very important for you to understand I will be posting the pre-order links here right around March 12th. Disney did announce those should go live right around March 12th, coming up here very soon. It is important that you subscribe to the channel and you click that bell notification. When I post any of these announcements in the community section here on my channel, the only way you really get notified of those is if you have the bell notification and the subscribe button clicked. So that way, when they're announced, you don't miss out on any of the pre-orders or announcements, just like what recently happened with The Crow. Now, The Crow is back in stock in a limited quantity. It sold out originally after I announced it, and it did not last long. And now it's actually come back in print today. I did post that link here on my YouTube channel for you to actually pre-order it. I don't know how long that'll last. I'll post it below this video as well. And all of these, when I get the pre-order links here on March 12th, I will be posting in the community section and on my Twitter. You need to make sure to follow me on Twitter if you don't have an account on there yet, or I guess it's called X-Twitter or X now. Anyhow, if you don't follow me yet on there, it's 4K Blu Ray reviews. I post things as fast as I can on there. I have tons of announcements. I talk with directors. You can create a free account. It doesn't cost anything, and you can follow me on there. And that way you get all of my announcements as soon as possible as well. Check the community section here on my YouTube channel quite often. But these are massive announcements that I'm very excited for. Like I said, I'll have the pre-order links here starting on March 12th for all of these, and they are only coming out in these limited edition steelbooks. Just like I announced previously, none of these are standard editions. So if you're waiting for that or hoping that any of those ones you wanted before coming out, they're not. They're all limited edition. That's the only way they're releasing these. Heck, most of the studios are going the route of limited editions now, and that's just the era we live in. So keep in mind, if you haven't checked out any of the previous reviews like Loki, Prey, The Mandalorian, Season 1 and 2, I've done all of those exclusive comparisons for you to check out right now here on this channel so that you know the actual quality of them. And to be honest with you, with what Disney's been doing, the specs that they've shared that are going to be on these discs, it should be similar quality to what we've gotten before, but I'll test and review them as they come out because these are very exciting upcoming releases. And I'm thrilled for what we're getting now, and I'm thrilled for what's coming out for the rest of the year because, like I said, Disney's not done with physical media. We're growing and getting more and more of these releases that us fans have requested. I requested Obi-Wan, and they listened. I said that was one of the #1 ones that I wanted to see released on 4K, and they pushed it ahead and are releasing it now. So I'm thrilled that they're listening to me and listening to us fans of what things we're wanting. There's more coming out, and there's even more to be excited coming out here soon. So make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Now we're going to be deep diving into Super Mario Bros. From 1993. Now, this is an original Hollywood Pictures Disney film. I'm happy to report this is one of those kind of cult classic 90s films that has really grown. There's a lot of people that really enjoy this film. I'm one of those. I do love the practical effects they did in the 90s, how they had such big budgets and things were over the top. This is one of those. Don't go into it thinking really of it as kind of like the more modern Super Mario Brothers movie. It's its own thing. It's its own universe. It's a sci-fi. It's just got a whole different look and feel to it that I really think is cool looking. And it's one of those films that's never been treated amazingly well. The previous Blu-ray releases have been fine, but they've never been outstanding or amazing. Well, I'm happy to report for this new 4K release from Umbrella, it did get a brand new native 4K 2160p transfer. And it was created from a brand new 4K 16-bit scan of the original camera negative. So they did go back and they did a restoration, a new scan, and I will tell you it does make a big difference in how the film looks. Gone is all the speckles, the little tears, the smudges, the hairs, all the things that were present on the previous Blu-ray transfers like that have been fixed, repaired, and are gone on this brand new 4K restoration. Now, I can tell you this is presented in SDR, actually BT709 if you want the exact. I will tell you this doesn't have on your native 4K HDR, it is SDR, and that's where I said it's one of those things, what your improvements are, depth and detail wise, are because of the new 4K scan and it being a native 4K. It does bring a lot of life to the film because of what you can see in their costumes, faces, hairs, everything looks drastically improved over every single previous Blu-ray transfer. Though I will say there's a slight caveat. On this, it does have a few very brief instances of softer scenes due to some of the elements they worked with that basically they did scans of that are slightly lower quality, but it's not horrible. It's just one of those things I do notice when I go through testing and analyzing these. Overall, from beginning to end, it's a very enjoyable viewing experience. It has a very nice filmic layer of film grain that you can see, though it's not too heavy, again, because it's a film from 1993 and how it was filmed, that's intentionally how it looked. It's a very nice presentation that does surprise me, and how much they were actually to bring out of this and the restoration they provided on this. That, like I said, it's a Hollywood Pictures film, a Disney live action film from the 90s that I never thought we'd ever see on 4K. It's a shock to me that we even have this and that I hold this in my hand right here. But as we're in the era of, just like I announced, Disney is allowing, and there's more things going on, and because this is the original theatrical cut that's on 4K, they were allowed to actually do that, and it is something that I am seeing more of these, that I do see us getting more Hollywood studio titles going forward, hopefully, that this is one of those I was very surprised was announced by Umbrella. And let me tell you, the work that they did on this is very impressive for a cult classic film that a lot of people nowadays have just never seen. It's not perfect. The film's not one of those that's amazingly well written or well acted, but man, it's got a lot of heart, it's got a lot of charm, and it's something I grew up watching, and I've watched it so many times that I was thrilled that it came out on 4K Ultra HD. Now, this also includes a ton of bonus features. In this, it does include the work print, or the lasagna cut, or however you want to call it, but that one is an HD upscale. So that print, to be able to create it the way it was, it had to be an HD upscale from lower quality sources. And when I say lower quality, it's nothing like what you're getting on the theatrical cut on the 4K disc. So keep that in mind. Now, I will tell you, I did test every single disc, all 3 discs in this set. Every single one of them is 100% region free. Now, I will be putting the direct Amazon sale link down there below, so that when you get done hearing this review and review score, if you want to buy this and add this to your collection, it's very important to use that link down there. Now, I will point out, before we get into the discussion of, hey, why is it expensive? Remember, this is by a boutique label that did a lot of work and time These are limited run type releases. A lot of these boutique labels, this is the era we live in. They do limited edition collector sets, which I'm going to get to what this came with collector set wise here in a few minutes as well, but they do print them in lower runs. They're more expensive for them to do the work, and that's what's reflected in the price. So when you see that, understand it's amazing we're getting something like this, and it is a little bit more expensive because it's from a smaller studio that had to do a lot more time and work, so there's more cost behind it. But that's where I said we're in a really unique era that we're getting things like this that I never thought we'd get in the first place. So now this does come with a brand new English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 audio mix. I can tell you they restored it. It sounds the best, the clearest, and has the most range I've ever heard Super Mario Brothers from '93 ever sound. I was very impressed because Super Mario Brothers on all previous Blu-ray releases, there was one from Second Sight in the UK, there was obviously one from Australia, which was before, then there was also a kind of like bootleg one that I owned that it was horrendous anyhow, but there's been numerous Blu-ray releases of Super Mario Brothers. I've owned them all because, like I said, it's one of those cult classic films I've enjoyed watching. This sounds absolutely amazing compared to every single other release. The work they did on it, especially fixing, there were some issues where a lot of the times the audio would go out on the previous releases. In a lot of the previous 2.0 mixes, the audio would actually go out sometimes when they were talking where you almost couldn't hear it and then it would come back really loud. That's fixed and repaired, as well as there was missing LFE in some of the scenes where there should have been like an explosion and you'd hear LFE, and then you'd also, like I said, then it would go to a voice and it'd be missing for a second, then it'd come back in. That's all been fixed and repaired. You can hear everything amazingly well in this, and that was a big surprise for me because I didn't think they'd repair all the audio issues and little missing audio segments as well. They've all been fixed in this. You can hear everything. There's no longer those missing little clips and audio segments. The audio doesn't go in and out. It's clean, clear, and has good range from beginning to end on the entire theatrical cut that's on this 4K disc. Now, showing what you get in this. This is the massive Trust the Fungus limited edition collector's numbered edition set. It's a massive box set. It's the biggest collector's edition set I've ever gotten. I do like the artwork on it. On the side, it does see Super Mario Brothers. And then on the back, it talks about it. Now, mine was numbered 1,909 of 2,250. So they did make 2,250 of these. They did sell out. They are out of print. What you get is what I'll show you here in a second. That link I posted down below is what you'll get in the 4K disc that I'll show you in a second. But I did want to show you what was in this massive collection because it's the most impressive collection I've ever seen. You get all these things, like a 250-page hardbound book, which is this one. You get all the scripts. You get postcards. You get a magazine. It's the most impressive collector's limited edition set I've seen any studio ever release. And to be honest with you, that's saying a lot because you have to think of it. I've reviewed hundreds of them here on this channel over the years. Heck, I've been doing this for 7+ years. Hundreds and hundreds of sets I've reviewed. This thing for a single film is absolutely massive and impressive. Now, this is the standard slipcover that comes with it. It is spot glossed. I did like that. On the side, it says Super Mario Brothers. Then on the back, it says Trust the Fungus. Then this is your standard artwork. It is reversible. You can switch it around. This is the original kind of like movie poster artwork stuff from the 90s. On the back here, it talks about it. It does talk about there's 3 discs in here. Now, as I said, I did test all of them. They are all 100% region free. You won't have any issues playing them anywhere worldwide. So that's why that link down there, it'll ship anywhere worldwide as well. Now, when I was talking about that you get the restored work print in HD, that's on the 3rd disc. The 2nd disc has tons of things like the audio commentaries. You get audio commentaries with co-producers, production designer, tons of different audio commentaries, makeup designers. I can't even go through all the list of them. You get deleted scenes, trailers. Now, this is something that was brought up recently. I was talking with the studio and those that worked on it, and I'll share about this. There was some other cuts that were mentioned originally that they were working on. Then at the last minute, basically the decision was they couldn't release them for numerous reasons. Without getting into those reasons, all of the stuff from the cuts, I asked them specifically from those, is all the stuff that they were working with and included in this set? The answer to that is mostly yes for the most part. Your deleted scenes, your extended scenes, gag reels, all of that, that's kind of what they were pulling all different things from. Those are all still included in here no matter what. So you get your work print cut, which is your kind of upscaled from lower quality sources to kind of HD. Then you get your 4K restoration of the theatrical cut, and that's what I've been reviewing and explaining to you the quality of it. And then you get all your deleted, extended scenes, gag reel, commercials, featurettes, behind the scenes, commentaries, Literally, it's the most comprehensive amount of special features I've seen for a film that's a more cult classic film that I was shocked. We got 3 full discs in here. And I'll show you inside here. Inside here, you do get your poster artwork here, so you do get posters. And then you also get another poster, which is a different reversible artwork. And then on this here, you get your 4K disc, region free, your Blu-ray, and then your additional Blu-ray, all region free. Showing you some of the posters that are inside here, you do get some really cool posters. And I do like that they included basically 4 different poster artworks in here. That's a pretty cool touch. Now to show you the book real quick, this wins the award for the biggest behind the scenes art book that I've ever seen in my life. Literally, it's almost 3 inches thick. And it has every single thing you could ever want to know. And I think it's 480 pages is how massive this is, but I was shocked at all the behind the scenes stuff in here. It is just an absolutely gorgeous book to read through. I have not read through the whole thing, but I am looking forward to diving into this because this thing is absolutely impressive and definitely wins the award as the best and most comprehensive book I've ever seen about a film. That literally made this just one of those wow sets that I can't believe Umbrella did this. Like, just, you look at this thing and you just sit there and you're like, I can't believe how much is in this massive book. One of the other really cool touches was the Super Mario Brothers, the official magazine that they included a reprint of. And I actually used to own this magazine and I can't find it anymore. So it's so cool they reprinted the magazine and put it in there because I really enjoyed this when it originally came out and I had this exact magazine. So nice extra touch. Now I did dive into and test the rough average bitrate for all of you. It does have a healthy 62 megabits per second. I will tell you the audio restoration, the image restoration, and the work that they did on this for a film I never ever thought we'd see on 4K is a massive improvement over every home video release ever released of this film. Every Blu-ray pales and simply is destroyed by this 4K Ultra HD release. And I'm really looking forward to Umbrella's next 4K release because this really shows they really know how to release a very good 4K transfer. Now, getting to my review score for Super Mario Bros. On 4K Ultra HD, this gets a terrific 9.3. It's a must buy. You're going to want to buy, add to your collection. It is one of those 4K releases that I do think we should support because it is one of those that I just never thought we'd get from Hollywood Pictures and from Disney, that they'd even ever allow it to be released on 4K. It's awesome this is released. No, it's not a perfect movie, but it's one of those cult classic, just niche titles that I really like. That it's such a cool one from the 90s that I grew up watching, and most of us that grew up in this era and watched films like this, they really do just kind of give you that nostalgia feeling that you go back and you enjoy watching them. It's just the previous releases were okay, they weren't amazing. This one blows all of those away, and this is the best way to ever view this film. And I do recommend this release. I was very impressed with the restoration work, the audio, the visual quality. That's what got it its 9.3, because in comparison to the previous releases, it really does annihilate every single one of those. Now, it's very important, if you're gonna buy or add any of these to your collection, make sure to go down and use that direct Amazon sale link I've pinned as a comment in the comment section right below this video. Those links down there never cost you, the viewer, a penny extra, but they're extremely important to the creation of these videos. I'm not sponsored and I'm not paid by any of these studios. That's why I can always keep my reviews honest, upfront, without any influence by any of the studios, because I'm not paid by any of them. I simply do all of this with all of you, my viewers and subscribers' support. By using those direct Amazon sale links down there below is extremely important. So if you want to buy or add any of these, it never costs you anything extra to support these videos. All you have to do is go down and click through those links down there below. And I do want to say thank you to every single one of you that have clicked on those links down there and supported these videos over the years. I can't ever do this without any of you, and I really do appreciate it. Next up, we have the 2023 CGI Family Comedy Animated Film. And this is actually done by the studio Illumination, who does all of the like Despicable Me movies and I do think their animation style is very good, and I really enjoy them. Now, this 4K release is released in the collector's edition set. It does seem to be that Universal is doing that now, where they put collector's edition on them, which I do like that little touch, though, to be honest with you. Other than the slipcover, which the slipcover will go away after a little while, basically the same set is what you get regardless of when you order it. Now, that link down there below, it does have the slipcovers right now, but depending on when you watch this, if it's a year from now, you might not get the slipcover, but that's the only other thing. Everything else inside this is included the same. Now, I will tell you, this does come with Dolby Vision and HDR10 on it. I will tell you the Dolby Vision and HDR10 both looked very similar. The HDR10 was just slightly less, I guess, vibrant, just slightly, but I couldn't even say it was 5%. We're talking just slightly, maybe 1 or 2% variance. Otherwise, both were very nice image presentation. I will say the animation is very bright and beautiful. It has very nice color saturation throughout it because the animation style they use is just really pretty to watch. On this 4K, it comes through beautifully well. I will tell you the film is mostly about a family, and the duck dad never wants to leave home, and so it's about him basically getting out of his comfort zone and having an adventure with his family and growing closer to his family as they experience some bad stuff, some good stuff. It's got funny moments, and it's a very clean and very enjoyable family comedy. I will say, if you like any of Illumination's previous films, like I said, any of the Despicable Me films, you know what you're getting into with this film. It's very cute, the comedy, and it's very similar to a lot of those Despicable Me type films, Shrek, so on and so forth. If you haven't checked out any of my previous reviews of like Shrek, or if you haven't checked out like Puss in Boots, those are available right now on this channel as well. This is one of those that my family did enjoy watching. Now, it does also come with an English Dolby Atmos audio mix. It's very enjoyable, and it has some very good uses of the height channels. It does move things around very well and has good range. And I will tell you, there were some scenes where you'll have things flying above you that the Dolby Atmos scene, because it's with birds, you'll hear like layers of birds above and wind and like leaves and all sorts of things whistling above and around you. That's where I said they use the Dolby Atmos on this very well, and it does give your height channels a slight workout because there's a lot of different elements that get used on those height channels. So that was a nice addition that really kind of brings a smile across my kid's face and my face when you hear things coming up above that kind of make you just feel more like you're immersed in the movie. You do get 3 additional mini movies included in it: Fly Hard, Moon, and Midnight Mission, as well as a bunch of behind the scenes on it, and your digital movie copy code. Now, inside here, you get your Blu-ray and your 4K. I tested both discs. Both discs are 100% region free, so you won't have any issues playing these anywhere worldwide. Now, I did dive into and test out the rough average bitrate, as I always do for all of you. This had a shockingly high, extremely strong, and healthy 94 megabits per second. They did an amazing job not compressing it down, giving it plenty of room to breathe, and giving it a massively high rough average bitrate, which lends to why the colors in the image have nice details. Keep in mind it is a CGI animated film, so the depth and detail is as much as exists in the original file, but the 4K release is the only way you should be watching this film. Compared to the Blu-ray, it is a nice improvement and does look quite a bit better than the Blu-ray version. Now, getting to my review score. For migration on 4K Ultra HD, this gets a very good 9.0. This is one of those that if you like CGI animated films, it's a must buy to have. They did a very good job with this 4K release, and it does come recommended. I enjoyed the film, my kids enjoyed the film. It's a good family film. You can sit back without worrying about anything political or anything that we really caught. It's a fun time, just about a family spending time together. If there was anything thrown into it, it went above our heads, we didn't catch it. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for something fun that they didn't have to throw in a bunch of junk to kind of try to bring in, whether it's political viewpoints or whatever it is. I don't really care one side or the other. I just want to watch entertainment, and I want to be entertained without being stuffed preached to me all the time. And we did feel like the story was done in a very good manner and was a fun time. Start the conversation down there below and let me know how excited you are for these announcements I've announced, how excited you are for these 4K releases I've reviewed. Start that conversation down there below and let me know how excited you are that Disney is continuing its resurgence of physical media. Just like I've shared, there's so many people wanting clickbait videos saying, oh, physical media is dead, Disney's not doing it. Well, guess what? If you're subscribed to my channel, you're getting the correct, accurate, and truthful information. as is present by every announcement I constantly bring to you. And that's why I do this, to give you the most accurate and the #1 source for all this information. That's why I work so hard to bring this to you accurately constantly. So that way you know all that other stuff is just clickbait trying to get you to click on it. They don't know what they're talking about. This stuff is continuing to come out. It's a very exciting time and I'm thrilled. We are getting some amazing releases and we keep getting more and more exciting announcements, and I know more stuff is coming out. I'm having a hard time containing it all. Now, talking about Contagion from 2011, I have the original Blu-ray release. This actually became very expensive over the pandemic and COVID time because there's so many similarities to this film to what was going on and what we were going through. This film ended up going out of print on Blu-ray, and I spent a bunch more money to get a second copy because mine actually got broken when I moved originally. So this is the copy that I've owned and watched again since then, and I enjoyed it, though I will say it has a more muted and slightly softer image. Now, I'm happy to report for this brand new 4K restoration that Warner Brothers released, it is a native 4K 2160p, and it does have HDR10 on it. I will tell you the restoration work they did on this is absolutely shocking to behold. It is one of those shocking viewing experiences that I will say will make your jaw drop. It is one of those pristine 4K images and transfers. It is extremely detailed and has extremely strong depth to the image that surprised and shocked me how much better it looked than this previous Blu-ray release. Now, the new color grading and master they did for this new 4K release is what elevates it as well. It does still retain the original director, Steven Soderbergh's vision for his different colors and lenses he uses to give it certain effects and looks for scenes. So those are still present in this, but what they've basically done is fixed some of the basically color instabilities that were present on this, that some of the times in those scenes you'd see fluctuations in the colors. Those are gone and it looks absolutely pristine and beautiful beginning to end. Now, another massive improvement in this is the amazing HDR10 implementation they did. Now, I do like Dolby Vision. I like Dolby Vision and HDR10 to be included on every release, but with that being said, if they do HDR10 correctly, it can still produce an absolutely beautiful experience. This has one of those amazingly well done HDR10 implementations, and it elevates the film over the previous Blu-ray transfer drastically with how well they implemented that HDR10. Now, this does have English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, and it is just slightly louder and slightly clearer than the previous Blu-ray release was. The link I'll put down from Amazon is the exclusive link from Amazon. There's very few that you can even find this. So it is available right now through the Amazon link I posted below. Now, inside here, you would have your digital copy code, and this is your 4K disc. I did test it, it's 100% region free. There's no Blu-ray disc in here because they figure most people already have it, and to save a little money and to make it a little less expensive for us, they've been listening to me and they took the Blu-ray out because it wasn't really needed. You get your 4K disc and it does cost less because of that. Now, I did dive into the rough average bitrate and I'm happy to report this has a high, healthy, and strong 69 megabits per second. I was very impressed with the image from beginning to end. Now, getting to my review score, this gets an outstanding 9.6. It's a must buy you need to have in your collection. Wow. It is one of those pristine images, the depth and detail, you feel like you're looking out a perfectly clean piece of glass when you're watching this film. That is how lifelike and realistic it feels when you're watching this. What an amazing 4K restoration Warner Brothers did for this. That's why I had to include this in this video and make sure to tell you about this. This is outstanding. It must be bought. It must be supported. 9.6, Warner Brothers knocked it out of the park with this release. Another outstanding 4K restoration. Now, Warner Brothers recently did The Fugitive. If you haven't checked out that review here on this channel, I did that as well. That one is a reference quality 4K release, and that is one of those that you must have in your collection as well. This is one that image quality wise rivals The Fugitive. It is that good. That is why this got a 9.6. This is one of those you've got to experience this film. It has such a revelation to what we went through during all of the disease, pandemic, COVID, all of that. Man, so many things really mirror what was written in this film, and it is kind of one of those scary, horror, psychological thrillers that feels so real today that I love watching it for that element alone. You've got to experience this film if you haven't done so yet in this pristine 4K Ultra HD release that is a must buy. Now, it's very important if you're going to buy any of these or add any of these to your collection now, always go down and use those direct Amazon sale links I posted down below. That's the way you can support these videos. It doesn't cost you anything to click on those links, and those links are on sale for the same price. They don't charge you a penny extra ever. So literally, to support the creation of these videos, to support this channel, all you have to do is go down and click on those Amazon links down there when you order. As always, if you want to add a little extra support to these videos in this channel, you can always support me through my VIP Collectors Club. That Collectors Club costs you $1 or $2 every month. That goes back into the software, the time, the work that I have to put in, all of the testing, the analysis to create these videos. And I do really appreciate every single one of your support over the years. It really does matter. It really does make a difference. That's how I can always stay independent. And that's how I can always create all these honest and upfront testing and analysis reviews for all of you. It's only through you, my viewers and subscribers' support. So make sure if you're going to buy anything or add any of these to your collection, always use those Amazon links down there below and join my Collectors VIP Club. I'll have some more exciting announcements. I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be announcing here over the coming year. Let me tell you, you're going to be thrilled every single time I make more and more of these announcements. So I've got a lot of exciting stuff coming out, so make sure you're subscribed and have hit that bell notification. As always, I truly hope all of you have a blessed day. I've always got something new, early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.